What's up, guys? You're watching Team Judgment. Jessa here, and today I'm coming at you guys with my Z-ARC Magician deck profile. You have to forgive me, I've been away for so long. Mostly been doing other things, venturing into other hobbies and stuff. I've recently picked up Pokemon, and I've just been playing that a little bit. But I'm going to do this deck profile because I've been waiting to do it for quite a while. I had the deck built for some time, and I just wanted to get right into it. Like I said, I've just been playing other things, Pokemon and stuff like that. So it's just been a little difficult to juggle both. But I'm coming at you guys with this one, and I'm going to do a Light Sworn deck profile once I get the stuff from Battle of the Legend, mostly Minerva's. So let's get right into the deck profile. So we're playing the 3 Astrograph Sorcerer. This guy's really good. Basically, his effect when something gets destroyed, no matter where it is, really, you can summon him from the hand. So he's a hand trap, and he basically allows you to search another copy of what was destroyed. Like if you're playing against the mirror match and they pop their Wisdom Eye or something like that, you could search your Wisdom Eye, so on and so forth. So he's really good. He's also the fusion target to make Z-ARC. The fusion card that makes Z-ARC. Next, we're playing 3 Harmonizing Magician. This card is like the bread and butter of the deck. I would say this is probably the best card in the deck. Just because when it's Pendulum summoned from the hand, it summons a Magician from the deck. So it brings you one step closer to making Z-ARC. And it's a tuner, and it's dark, so you can make a lot of really good synchro plays with her. So that's always good. Let's see. Next, we've got the triple double Iris Magician. So double Iris Magician is really good, a really good 3F because it's your it's your main 8 scale, in my opinion. I think she's really good, or it is really good because when it's destroyed, you can destroy it with own effect. So the magicians are really good with that regard because they can destroy themselves, much like Wisdom Eye was able to do, and trigger off the effects of some of the cards in the deck, like Astrograph Sorcerer or Star Pendulum Graph, which we'll get into a little later. But the most cool thing about this card is when it's destroyed by anything, really, it triggers this monster effect, which allows it to search a Pendulum Graph card from your deck to your hand, and that's the really good part about it because the Pendulum Graph cards are really, really good. I think for a Pendulum archetype, those cards are kind of what they needed. I feel like they could have used those a while ago to not be overshadowed by some of the cards in the game, like Anti-Spell or Imperial Order. Although, Imperial Order's not as bad because you can still pen summon, but, you know. Next, we've got the Purple Poison Magician. We're on 2 of her. I think it's her. 2 of this card. It's really good because if it's destroyed, then you can destroy a face-up card in the field. So it's like you time Pendulum Graph, destroy this, and destroy another card because this was destroyed. Or if you Sky Iris this, or if you pop it with Dragon Pit Magician, or if it gets Twin Twister or something like that, or something crazy happens to it, you can take another card with it. So it's really good in that regard. Plus, it's another one of the magicians that you need, along with Double Iris, to make Z-ARC. So, for the one of Z-ARC magicians, we play the one White Wing and 1 Black Fang. I don't know why this thing is a wind attribute. Aside from the fact that the whole Synchro Dragon thing is a wind attribute. I keep saying light. But other than that, they could have just kept this thing dark. But I guess they just want to stay true to the attributes of the cards they're representing. But I don't know. Its effect isn't bad. The Pendulum effect isn't bad. It protects dark spellcasters from being targeted by stuff. And this thing, when it's destroyed, or you can make your Pendulum Magician, or make your dark spellcaster monster. Actually, no. This one halves the attack of your opponent's monsters. Just kidding. It's Purple Poison that gives your monsters the attack boost. But this one's really good, too. When it's destroyed, it special summons a Dark Spellcaster from the graveyard, so it's like a monster reborn of sorts for Dark Spellcasters. Onto the OG Magician Pendulums, we got The triple Wisdom Eye, you always run him. He's much needed. The one Oath Dragon, he's still really good because your Harmonizing Magician can only be pendulum summoned from the hand, so this guy adds it back to the hand. You can also trigger Star Pendulum Graph, which is really cool, with Wisdom Eye really easily, and that allows you to search. Star Pendulum Graph allows you to search another copy of Harmonizing Magician or whatever magician you need at the time. I typically choose Harmonizing because Harmonizing then brings out another Pendulum Magician, and Wisdom Eye also brings out one as well. So Harmonizing is really good in that regard. We do play the one Dragon Pit and the one Dragon Pulse. I realized the value after one match playing against True Dracos, how valuable this card is and how much you need it to destroy Masterpiece. That's why it's the super rare, because it's so good. But you really need to destroy Masterpiece when he's immune to monsters and traps. And you have a way if they are immune to monster spell, you have a way to out it with Time Pendulum Graph, and if they choose Spell Trap, then your monsters can take care of it as well. Your extra deck monsters and such. So these guys are still really good. Also, another good thing about these guys is they can't be targeted, or they'll be very unlikely to be destroyed by your opponent because of the Sky Iris protection and the Pendulum Call protection. So it puts a lot of pressure on them to make the right tribute, or if they already made the tribute, it puts a lot of pressure on them because they can't out it as easily. Next, we play of course, the triple Skullcrobat Joker. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. We'll play the triple Skullcrobat Joker. You need him at 3 at all times. Because he searches out your entire deck. Monster-wise. Or almost, anyway. This guy's really cool also because he is searchable by Time Star Magician. So if you open up an Astrograph Sorcerer, but not a Skullcrobat Joker, then you can just go ahead and search the Skullcrobat to normal summon him and get the additional search off. So he's really good. Unfortunately, he's not a magician, so he doesn't get the benefits of being able to overlay into Time Star Magician, but you've got plenty of other magicians that can do that. You can still use him to overlay into Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. So on to our Odd Eyes engine, what you're going to be searching off of Sky Iris. We've got the one of each. I chose, well, it doesn't matter now, but I run this over Mirage Dragon because, well, then it mattered because it was a performer power target and you can search it with Pendulum Sorcerer, but I'm testing different builds where if I like the Pendulum Sorcerer or not. But I'm just keeping this one in because it's there. It's an 8 scale. It's not bad. It gives you the additional scales you need if your scales get outed by your effects or by the opponent's disruption. And then Odd Eyes is really good because he just searches out. He can search out Harmonizing during end phase, or Wisdom Eye, or Double Iris Magician. Actually, he can search out a great deal of them, actually. But yeah, so Odd Eyes is really good because it gives him an additional search, and he's not a bad monster. The last Pendulum monster we play is the one Luster Pendulum, searchable through Duelist Alliance. On to our non-Pendulum monsters. We do run double Misfell Apex Avion. A lot of people, I feel like they cut them out of the deck build because of, the fact that, I guess, room is tight, and there's a lot of things you can definitely play over this guy. You can play hand traps. I just haven't put any in yet. I'm just still testing out the base, I guess the core value of the deck, just to see what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Then I'll just make adjustments. I think the Ghost Ogres will be really helpful in this deck. I think I might end up cutting the Lunas for it. But Apex Avion is really good. He just negates cards for free. Essentially, you just bounce himself back to the hand to negate any type of card effect. And it's really easily summoned because this deck plays 1 through 8 scale. So I do play the double Fairy Tale Luna. I played 2, not 3, mostly because I want to not open with more than 1 in the hand. It's really cool. You just normal summon Fairy Tale Luna and then search out another copy of the Pendulum Summon, and they basically act as Matter Spectre, Unicorn, Kieran. And the cool thing is also they'll try to, if they try to negate the first effect to search, you can bounce it back to your hand to negate. To bounce back another card in the field. So it kind of forces a negate and then minuses the opponent in a way, because you can still pendulum some of these guys back to the field. So that's really good. Onto the spells, we've got the triple Duelist Alliance. This card is nutty. You can search out Lesser Pendulum, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon if you need to do that. You can search out Double Iris Magician. You can search out Pendulum Call. You can search out the new spells and traps, Time Pendulum Graph and Star Pendulum Graph. And it just gets you what you need whenever you need it, and it's really good. We'll play double Pendulum Call. You don't play 3, I guess, anymore. Mostly, this is kind of blasphemous, actually, thinking about it. Just playing 2 because this card was heavily advocated as a 3 of for so long, before the ban list, of course. But it's a 2 of in this particular build because you have Duelist Alliance to search it, and you don't always want to activate it or see it necessarily, because you do want to pop your stuff to get their effects off. The cool thing about this is it does combo very well with Time Pendulum Graph in regard that it protects your cards from destruction. So when you Time Pendulum Graph to pop 2 cards in the field, if your cards aren't destroyed, you can send another card to the grave. So it's really nice. They really made Time Pendulum Graph a well-made card, in my opinion. Onto the rest of the spells, we've got the Double Star Pendulum Graph, the new spell card. This card is really good. It searches out your deck more. It gives you 2 searches for the price of 1. Essentially, when you destroy a Wisdom Eye or something, you can search any Magician Pendulum card, and it protects your spellcaster monsters from spell effects. That part is not as relevant. I wish this card protected your scales from spell effects instead, but what can you do, I guess. We play the double Sky Iris and double Terraforming. Double Sky Iris, to trigger off your effects because they do get destroyed, and it's like more searching because you destroy a card with Sky Iris on the field, you search with Star Pendulum Graph, and then you can just keep on searching because if you happen to open with Luster Pendulum, pop a card to search another copy. Like if you pop Double Iris Magician, search another copy of Double Iris, you can Sky Iris and then Double Iris searches the Star Pendulum Graph, and then you could Sky Iris the Luster Pendulum Dragon to search out a Odd Eyes card and trigger off you don't trigger off Star Pendulum Graph from that, but it clears your scale so you can put something else down, and then you could activate the rest of your skills. But it kind of extends your combos pretty nicely. And the last 2 cards are 2 Time Pendulum Graph. This card is probably the MVP of the deck. This card alone can really make the difference between pendulums being somewhat meta relevant and not. This card is, I think, the better of the 2 Pendulum Graph cards, and you really want to open and be able to search both of them turn 1, but Time Pendulum Graph is really solid. Its effects is, like Scrap Dragon, you can target 2 cards on the field, 1 card of your field and 1 card of your opponent's field, and a Magician Pendulum, and destroy them. And if 2 cards weren't destroyed by this card's effect, you can send 1 card in the field to the graveyard, so it doesn't destroy again. So you could easily dodge things, and you can destroy your cards and then protect them because of Pendulum Call or Time Star Magician. It's really, really good. On to the extra deck, we play the Z-ARC. You really only need 1 most times I don't even make him unless I'm going to go for the OTK. He's kind of lackluster outside of the first turn you summon him. We'll play the 2 Time Star, 1 Magister Paladin. These are your Pendulum Searchers. Mostly you go into this guy. You go into him if you have to with Skullcrobat Joker. For our toolbox, we play the Tornado Dragon, the Castell, the Abyss Dweller, the Emerald, the Utopia package for our rank 4 toolbox. Onto the Synchros, we play the Double Omega because Harbonizing Magician is a 4, and you have the White Wing Magician. The Ignister because you're playing Pendulums, and you can actually make it without Luster Pendulum, and then use its effect to summon Luster Pendulum from the deck. It's pretty good for OTKs as well. The 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, and the Beals for our 8s. And that is the deck, guys. If you enjoyed it, any explanations, if you have any other thoughts or opinions on the deck, leave them in the comment below. Like and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I will see you guys in the next one.